JT Elite Camp. Tell us a little bit about your camps. You're going to do 2 this year as opposed to 1. Why don't you walk us through what's different about your camps too as opposed to other camps? Because that to me is always really interesting.
Well, yeah, it's June 30th to July 3rd, 9 a.m. To 3 p.m., first graders to 12th graders. And the most important thing is it's not a thing where it's like, all right, I'm just trying to, get the proceeds and things like that. The proceeds are put in my pocket. The proceeds go to the Jason Thompson Foundation that has to do with the American Heart Association. And one of the most things I try to emphasize on is, eating healthy. And we had, I think, a company called Hum Fresh that provided healthy lunches for kids. So they're not coming in with their lunches with, pizza or candy or anything like that. We had, chicken Caesar wraps, fajitas, Chipotle day, just healthy things. And that's just one of the main reasons why. Also, on the court, we work on fundamentals. We're not just, having the parents drop them off and just start hooping and doing whatever they want. We work on fundamentals from shooting to dribbling, passing, defense, and it's to all levels. I think that, we had, like I said, first graders to 12th graders. Obviously the younger kids are not going to know it as much as the 12th graders, but they have a lot of fun. We bring in different speakers. We had Bobby Jackson, had Ruthie, they used to play for the Monarchs and U.S. gold medalists. We have other entrepreneurs that come in, guys that played overseas that tell their story, and also people that have played and to learn just not about the kids that, okay, you don't just have to be, the greatest basketball player to play. God forbid anything happens to them, they can learn and have something to fall back on life after basketball.
Yeah, it's a lot different than any other camp that I've seen. I mean, the fact that you see a lot of these camps and, kids are out there playing, they do get the coaching, but the one thing that stood out to me when I went last year and covered it was you guys have the healthy food out there for the kids, and you're actually preparing legitimately healthy meals and showing them that is also an important part to achieving greatness if they want to attain that.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely an emphasis on kids, and to eat healthy obviously is very important, to make sure that their hearts are right and make sure that their body is right so when they get older. And another thing is I'm just not a person that just has my name on there and they're only going to be there for a couple of days or a couple of hours. I'm there pretty much every day, make sure that the counselors are on their P's and Q's, and just and I'm also interactive in the drills as well. So always, the kids always love that, and just know that it's important to not just have your name on the camp, but be there and make sure that they know that they care.
And when it comes to, the new regime and the new front office, how has that been in terms of dealing with a new GM and Pete D'Alessandro, his staff? Obviously, Sharif is, the one lone holdover, and you've been around Sharif for many years. Just how has that been? Do you get the sense that they've been very transparent with you and what their plans are moving forward with you and the franchise?
Yeah, I think that the best thing about them is that they're really outgoing guys. They're like, their door is always open, and that's really refreshing as a player, knowing that you're allowed to talk to them about any topic, even if their phone is ringing, constantly about certain situations. And that's the most comfortable that you want to be as a player, knowing that, if it is before the deadline, is it about a situation for the team, or is it about, do they want a certain person there? Sometimes it may be about money at times. Sometimes it might be about, does a person want to play for the team, or maybe they don't want the player to be there. So it's definitely all good things, and I think the best thing about it is like I said, their door is always open. I have all their numbers to where I can call them at any time, and it's good information.
Do you plan on having another conversation with Pete this offseason, like anytime soon?
I'm sure that I will. They have it's a good relationship with my agent, and on Denver, he has some clients of my agent as well too when he was there. So I'm sure I will, and we'll see what happens if we're going to have another interview with you guys. As I said, next year.
Just come back again next year.
Exactly. Right.
I mean, we got like McCoonies this year. I mean,
we upgraded. We upgraded. Another thing I didn't mention is the second camp that I'm having is August 4th to August 8th at Hardwood Palace and Courtside that's right next door to it. So it's the same exact thing from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Or 3 p.m. With first graders to 12th graders.
That's pretty awesome that you do such a wide range of children too. I know that that's something that makes you open it up for so many different ages, and you get to kind of get a feel with kids, even at really small kids, all the way up to kids who are hopefully going to make it somewhere.
Well, I think it's very important now in this generation because I think kids are real. I feel like they're real spoiled these days, especially in certain areas. It's very technology based. You don't see that many kids outside anymore, unless it's like a field day of school or something like that. Stuff that they have to do. I remember, going, being in middle school, or elementary school, and getting done my homework, and the first thing I wanted to do was watch TV, watch my favorite show. I'm running to the basketball court to play with my homies. You know what I mean? Like that was the ultimate thing I want to do. Now it's like, all right, let me go on, AOL Instant Messenger, or let me go on my iPad and play my favorite game, or stuff like that. So I think that's what kind of made me learn. Like I did, before I did my camp last year, I had a certain age range. I was thinking about, okay, maybe just, upper elementary to high school, and then they're like, oh, my kids, make sure that they can, get out the house. And the next thing you know, I was just like, okay, you know what, this is definitely something that's good.